Although the United States was founded in 1776 and recognized in 1783, the history of this land is far more ancient. Thousands of years ago, the earliest inhabitants settled on the American continent. It is still unclear exactly how the initial Native Americans settled here. But one theory suggests humans migrated from the Eurasian continent via the Bering Land Bridge around 30,000 years ago. During the glacial period, this land bridge connected Siberia and North America. This migration process continued until about 10,000 years ago, when an ice age ended and the bridge was submerged by rising sea levels. These early inhabitants were called Paleo-Indians. They later moved deeper into the American interior, forming tribes and nations. They created unique civilizations and developed distinct cultures, including the Adena, Iroquois, Coles Creek, Pueblo, and Mississippian cultures. Meanwhile, another region of today's United States has a special and different history. Regarding Hawaii, the islands were not inhabited until around the 1st century AD, when Polynesians settled there, giving rise to indigenous culture. Starting in the 15th century, the European colonial era began. In 1492, Italian explorer Christopher Columbus led a Spanish fleet westward intending to open a new route to the east, but accidentally discovered the New World in the eyes of Europeans. In the following decades, more and more ships sailed west to establish colonies and expand trade. The Spanish began building an empire in the Americas, using Cuba, Puerto Rico, and Hispaniola as bases, rapidly expanding their influence. France established colonies in eastern North America, some Caribbean islands, and parts of the South American coast. Portugal colonized Brazil. In the 17th century, English colonists mainly settled along the eastern coast, alongside smaller numbers of Dutch and Swedish settlers. The first successful English colony, Jamestown, was founded in 1607 on the banks of the James River in Virginia. By the late 17th century, a new wave of settlers arrived, developing commercial agriculture centered on tobacco. Despite ongoing conflicts between Native Americans and English colonists, the colonies expanded rapidly, and the settler population grew increasingly. The governance structures of the 13 American colonies varied, but in practice, they were ruled by governors appointed by London. The governors held significant executive power and relied on locally elected legislatures to decide taxes and enact laws. By the 18th century, the colonies were thriving due to low mortality rates and abundant land and food supplies, attracting large numbers of immigrants. Tobacco and rice plantations used enslaved African labor sourced from the British West Indies. By the 1770s, enslaved Africans comprised 1/5 of the total US population. The idea of independence from Britain was not considered as long as the colonies still needed British military support against French and Spanish forces. The French and Indian War stemmed from colonial political developments and was also part of the larger 7 Years' War. Britain defeated the French forces, and France lost its colonies, including the territories of Canada and Louisiana. The war was costly, and Britain urgently needed funds. The British Parliament passed the Stamp Act of 1765, taxing the colonies directly without going through their legislatures. Tensions escalated. Did Parliament have the right to tax Americans without representation? They chanted, "No taxation without representation." The colonists refused to pay the taxes. Tensions rose from the late 1760s to the early 1770s. The Boston Tea Party in 1773 marked the beginning of the revolution. As Boston protested the new tea tax, Parliament quickly enacted the Intolerable Acts the following year, stripping Massachusetts of its historic autonomy and imposing military rule. This provoked outrage and resistance from the 13 colonies. Leaders from the 13 colonies gathered, convening the First Continental Congress to coordinate resistance efforts. The Congress called for a boycott of British trade, published a list of rights and grievances, and petitioned the king to address these issues. The goal at that time was not independence, but the appeal went unanswered. Consequently, the Second Continental Congress was convened in 1775 to organize colonial forces against the British Army. The 13 colonies rebelled against British rule in 1775 and declared independence in 1776. establishing the United States of America. During the American Revolutionary War from 1775 to 1783, American forces defeated the British at Saratoga in 1777, gaining control of the Northeast and prompting France to form a military alliance with the US. France, along with Spain and the Netherlands, balanced the naval and land forces. While Britain was now isolated, General George Washington was an outstanding organizer and manager. He cooperated effectively with Congress and state governors, selecting and training senior generals, supporting and training the troops to maintain a revolutionary army. The American Revolutionary War ended in victory. The Treaty of Paris was signed in 1783, formally recognizing US independence. Nevertheless, the former colonies gained much more than expected. The westward movement began, incorporating Native American lands west of the Appalachian Mountains. In 1803, an agreement was reached by US President Thomas Jefferson, purchasing the Louisiana Territory from France. The initial envoy sent to France was authorized to spend up to $10 million just to buy New Orleans in, if possible, the area west of the Mississippi River. But the French government proposed that for an additional $5 million, the entire Louisiana Territory could be bought. The president approved the deal, doubling the size of US territory. By the mid-19th century, several conferences were being held. Texas joined the Union in 1845, and after the war with the Mexican Empire, the United States acquired vast and important territories, expanding its borders. After Abraham Lincoln was elected president in 1861, Southern states attacked the North. The cause of the Southern Rebellion was the dispute over black slavery. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln led America, advocating the abolition of slavery in all territories. In April 1861, war broke out when Southern forces attacked Fort Sumter. After 4 years of civil war, the Union ultimately prevailed. The nation gradually reunified, and the power of the federal government expanded. The 19th century was a period of rapid economic development. Industry flourished, and infrastructure was extensively built. In 1898, the Spanish-American War broke out. US forces achieved initial victories. In the Treaty of Paris, the United States gained the Philippines, Puerto Rico, and Guam. In the early 20th century, World War I erupted, although the United States initially remained neutral. After Germany attacked its ships and attempted to recruit Mexico against the US, America eventually joined the Allies. Subsequently, the economy prospered, and peace prevailed until the Great Depression struck, beginning in 1929, an event that shook the world and, on its foundation, World War II erupted. The United States later joined the Allies. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor. The United States fought on both the European and Pacific fronts, while also providing material aid to the Soviet Union, including armored vehicles, and food. On the Pacific front, they achieved successive victories, closing in on Japan. After the Normandy landings in 1944, the United States played a key role and contributed the most to the Allied forces. The war ended in 1945. Germany surrendered in May, and Japan surrendered in September after Hiroshima and Nagasaki were attacked with atomic bombs. After World War II, the United States and the Soviet Union became opposing superpowers. This period was known as the Cold War. The two sides confronted each other in an arms race, fighting globally through proxy wars and propaganda. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Cold War ended. Since then, the United States has focused on contemporary conflicts in the Middle East. In the early 21st century, Al-Qaeda carried out the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks, followed by the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. In 2008, the United States experienced its worst economic crisis since the Great Depression.